You have so much more potential than you realize. You're just limiting yourself. It's literally all mindset. You can achieve anything you want once you set your mind to it, and once you realize that you can achieve it. Money, time, location freedom, all of that. Hey, I'm Ben, I'm 20 years old, I'm currently living in Vietnam, and I've achieved all of those things for myself after being trapped in a 9-to-5 that I didn't like, after being in college that I didn't like, dropping out and then doing my own thing. And today I'm going to help you visualize and then manifest your dream life. And I can't see shit, so I'm going to have to pull on sunglasses, even though it looks kind of stupid. Now, literally on this day 2 years ago, I wrote down this sentence: why is my mindset so limited? And then I journaled about it and started to rewrite my mindset, and it changed literally everything for me. A couple of the things that I started to write down was basically what I want to actually achieve. I, for example, wrote down the easiest thing I could think of. I want to make 10K a month. Achieved. But those are just like random things that you've heard online, and you just kind of remember them like, oh yeah, this should be my goal. But most likely you haven't even thought about, is this actually something I want to achieve, or why do I want to achieve this? So the longer I thought about it, I noticed it's not even the 10K per month. I don't really care about the 10K, to be honest. That was a recurring theme afterwards that I always wrote down. I don't care about 10K a month, which actually is probably pretty good, but it's because if you put something on a pedestal, it's really hard to get it. But what I started doing instead is describing the dream lifestyle that I wanted to live. That's literally what I'm all about. It's about lifestyle, not about the big numbers, not about, like, if you're making 100K a month, cool, but if you're slaving away every single second of your life, then that's not worth it for me. So I would rather make 5K, 10K, whatever, and live my life in the meantime. Like, I'm literally doing all of this while working less than 4 hours a month. Matter of fact, I've been sick for the past almost month. I've had like a lot of different things. That's been annoying, but what ended up happening is that I couldn't work for quite a while, and so I didn't work on some days. I just literally didn't do anything, and I still earned the money because I had the system set up and because I designed my business in a way where I was able to do that. Now, what can you do in the situation where you're in right now, where you haven't decided on that goal maybe yet? Because that's the first step to visualizing and then manifesting your dream life. You have to actually decide what is your dream life that you want to achieve. So if you're unclear about this, if you can't exactly put it into words, then I would ask you to describe what you don't want. For me, it was, I don't want to be in a job for 50 years. I don't want to be in the same city for my entire life. I don't want to be hanging around with the people who are currently around me who have a quite limited mindset, to be honest. I had some friends who had good goals for themselves for life, and I could relate to them a lot, so that was good. But it wasn't nearly as many people as I hoped it would be, so I felt still pretty alone with my quest of becoming like free, basically. And then another thing that I didn't want to have was being told when I have to work and how much I have to work. I wanted to decide like when I can work. So when you have these things that you don't want, you can just flip them around and describe exactly the dream life that you want to have. So one big paragraph that I wrote down was something along the lines of, I want to be working in a place where it's sunny, where I'm close to the beach. I want to have like-minded people around me who all do online business or something similar. I want to find my girlfriend, which I did, by the way. What else was it? I don't know, there was a whole bunch of things. I'll put it on the screen if I find it. But that's how in detail you have to go. And once you have that, then you can, for one, start breaking down what do I need to do to get there. And on the other hand, you can start actually the manifestation process, which manifestation is actually a real thing. It doesn't mean you just think about it and then I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to achieve this, and then magically it's going to happen for you without you having to do any work. It's going to be still like hard. It's actually going to be hard until it's not. Once you figure it out, that's going to be easy. Where was I going with this? Right, once you have this like specific idea of where you want to get to, you can start literally teleporting yourself into the future by imagining that you already have it. So imagine yourself as the person who has all of these things. Like literally close your eyes, for example. Here, I'll do this with you. Literally close your eyes. Think of yourself by the beach if that's one of your goals. You're by the beach, you're with your friends. Someone pulls out a laptop or you pull out a laptop. Work for 1 hour at the beach, then close the laptop again, you go surfing, then, I don't know, you go out and play pickleball or something, and then that was your day, then you go to sleep, and you ate some nice food. Like, literally visualize that, and also think about the emotions, or feel the emotions that you would feel in that scenario. Like, feel literally the laughter of being so free. like, for example, imagine like riding a motorbike in your dream country, wherever that is. For me, it was Vietnam, or I've also decided, not decided, I also thought about like going to Thailand, whatever. But I knew that I would end up here in the Southeast Asia side of things. But like, imagine being in your dream country, for example, on a motorbike, if you like that, with the wind going by you and you're just laughing because you're so free and because you're so happy. Imagine all of these emotions. Imagine them so clearly that you actually feel them. And then you will slowly, if you do this every single day, you'll become more like the person who already has those things. And once you become this person that already has those things, even though you don't technically have them yet, in yourself you have them already. And you'll start behaving like that person. And then those things will come on its own. They'll just magically achieve themselves because you take the right actions effortlessly. Literally effortlessly. You don't even think about anymore, oh, what should I do now? Because chances are right now you don't even know what to do, or you have a general idea but it's really hard to put it into action. It's because you're not the person yet who does those actions. So when you transform yourself into that person who does those actions, then it's going to be easier to do those actions. And actions is still the thing that leads you to the result. It's not actually the thinking about it, it's the doing of things, but the thinking about it and manifesting it will make it easier to do those things. I hope that makes sense. So that is basically how you manifest your dream life. So the first thing I would recommend you to do is take a notebook, something like this. Here you see the script for this video. Take a notebook and write down, what do I not want for my life? What do I not want? And then write down, what do I want for your life? And then make it very specific. Go through it every single day. Feel the emotions of what you wrote down, and then act accordingly, depending on what you wrote down. You have to take certain actions to get there. But once you have this end goal, it's going to be very clear of what you actually need to do. And if you still don't know what you need to do after having done this exercise, take that dream life, put it into ChatGPT or Claude. Use Claude, not ChatGPT, and ask, what do I need to go to? What do I need to do to get there? This is my current situation, and it's going to actually plan out the things for you. And you can obviously direct it like, okay, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do OnlyFans management, for example. Don't do that shit just because it makes money and has like free time. Hell no. Do something good, like learn a skill. I would say learn a skill, build an agency around it. Don't start a YouTube channel right away. I have a whole nother video about that if you want to check that out on my channel. It's a very bad thing to start out with. You can do it on the side while, for example, selling video editing, and so you have your own channel for learning purposes. But just for like selling a digital product or selling a membership, I definitely don't recommend it. Yeah, if you want to learn more about that, check out my other video. But that's basically how to visualize your dream life so you can, for example, end up in Vietnam or wherever you want to be. Peace.